record. Okay. Alright, so for today, first of all, I want you to go to your quiz yang hari tu jawab tu. Alright, everybody still have the copy kan? Saya nak go through the solution dulu for that quiz yang I posted on my guru last week. Boleh? That was on section 31C and then kita continue with D and E and then kita buat soalan yang I uploaded 2 questions tu, maybe saya akan pilih salah satu lah yang kita akan buat untuk hari ni So soalan untuk Siti Nur Syahirah ni nanti saya attend later. Alright. So can you go to your quiz Alright, this one. We have Mr. Manyam hari tu. So I'm sure soalan yang saya dah upload tu, I hope everybody try to attempt the question sebab itu soalan yang complete lah We have everything dalam tu. Alright, so everybody, I hope you still have this question. Nanti kan lupa dah upload jawapan, tak tahu letak mana So cari dulu. Because for this one, we have Mr. Manyam. Okay, technical manager in a manufacturing company operating in Klang and earned the following remuneration for the year ended 31st December. Okay. Here, this is just like, I think, example yang kita buat hari tu Okay, so he earned the following remuneration. So he has salary, bonus, entertainment allowance, and travelling allowance. And during the year, the company paid 1,200 for medical treatment received by Manyam. In addition, he was provided with unfurnished accommodation. So the rent paid by the employer was 19,200 for the year. So you have to calculate the accessible value of living accommodation for the basis year 2017 under each of the following circumstances. So the first one is the basic lah. So at least for the first one, untuk A ni, everybody should know how to calculate. So the accommodation was provided for the whole year. So how do we start with this kind of question? Kita boleh terus kira accommodation je ke? How do we start? Anyone? How do you start to answer this question? Mesti mula dengan section
13.1A.
Okay, 31A dulu Alright, so here we have salary. Ini dah setahun so you don't have to multiply by 12 dah. Alright, so salary 72,000, bonus 12,000, entertainment allowance 3,000, travelling allowance 3,000. So dalam ni dia tak ada mention anything about travelling expenses or entertainment expenses So kita tak perlu buat apa-apa, just ambil je the figure here. Alright. So that will give you 90,000 kalau ditambah semua ni 72 plus sekejap. Following remuneration bonus. I think the jawapan yang ada dalam ni salah lah. Dia letak bonus 12,000. You all guna bonus 2,000 ke 12,000?
2,000.
2,000 Okay, then the figure is wrong.
50,000.
Yeah, because dalam ni dia kata earn the following remuneration for the year ended 31st December Saya baru check my solution. This question is from MFPC jawapan dia pun salah. So 72 plus 2 plus 3 plus 3, how much do you get?
80.
Okay, you betul kan what I have here ni, kejap Okay, this is the solution that I copied tapi nampak dia letak bonus 12,000, salah ni. So 80,000 terlebih 10,000 kan? Betul tak? It should be 2 je tapi kat sini dia jadi 12. Alright, so for the first one, the first part, 30% of section 131A. Alright, so abaikan number ni, not 27,000 lah. The defined value is 19,200. So kita akan ambil the lower amount which is 19,200 untuk the part A ni, the whole year dia dapat. Part B, the accommodation was provided only 6 months in the year. So 6 months in the year, which means kita still ambil 30% of 31A income, okay? And also compared with the defined value. So the lower figure is the defined value. So kalau dia hanya dapat 6 bulan je untuk tahun tu, so 19,200 ni you kena darab dengan 6/12, separuh tahun je. So the value would be 9,600. And then the part C, the accommodation was shared with another employee for the full year. And second part, that's my pen. Okay. So this should be 2,000. Salah. 2,000. Right. Berapa you dapat kat sini? 30% from 80,000?
Untuk yang A tu ya, madam.
24.
24,000.
Okay. So this one should be 24 juga Section 31A tu salah tu. Okay. Sekejap saya tukar nombor ni dulu. Right. Study A, here A, full year, and then B, half year, and then C, dia kata share. So if C, they share, so the defined value pun you dah kena divide by 2 So they share. And then 30%, 24,000, so the lower amount is 9,600. And the last part is D, too large for his needs, and he was required to use it to advance the interest of the employer. It was agreed by the IRB that he was entitled to a 1/3 rebate on the defined value. So dia dah kata 1/3 rebate, ambil defined value, tolak dengan rebate, so dapat 12,800, but you still have to compare with 30% from section 131A. So the lower figure is 12,800. This one's so slow. Right, any question untuk yang ni? Tak ada okay
Tak ada, madam.
Yep.
Tapi kalau cara jawab lain, tapi ada je jawapan ni dekat kita punya ruang jawapan.
Cara jawab macam mana tu?
Saya tulis semua section, lepas tu saya tapi dekat bahagian accommodation
31A tu mula balik lah.
tapi dekat bahagian accommodation tu ada jawapan lah, jawapan yang paling rendah saya pilih tu.
Yang paling rendah tu lah. Okay, boleh je. Alright, so if you have no question, kita sambung sikit lagi for section D and E and then later kita buat soalan so that we can complete our employment income today lah. So untuk this week, I think dah cukup lah kot for employment income 2 minggu. Ya. Alright, so just a recap for you. We have done employment income last week. Gains or profit from an employment. So we have gone through, this is the basic for our section 13.1, employment income. So we have done 31A, monetary benefits, 31B, all the benefit in kinds. 31C, just now, Mr. Maniam tu kita buat 31C plus dengan 1A lah, 1B tak ada. So today we are going to continue with D and also E, and then later kita buat soalan lah. I have 2 questions that I have already assigned to you. I hope some of you ataupun maybe all of you already attempt the question. So that is how your employment income question will look like. Alright, so kita dah go through semua ni, the different types of allowances, the perks, the travelling allowance. And then saya ada tambah dekat sini, mana hari tu, I updated your the notes tu. Sekejap, ada satu, I think 13(1)B, saya update dekat situ sikit. Alright, so these are the exemptions for 13(1)B, medical and dental, childcare facilities and benefits by employee. Okay, the driver. I think I've added somewhere. Yeah. Alright, so this is our part 2. Sikit je lagi, ada 10 slide je untuk this one. Alright, and for our part 2, because first part 2 I've divided until 13(1)A, B and C. So we are going to look at 13(1)D now. So 1D, 13(1)D is about contribution made by employer to an approved pension or provident fund, scheme or society. So any income earned by such unapproved fund and credited to the employee. This is unapproved. Would be assessed in the year of withdrawal and restricted to employer's contribution only. So normally if you see question about EPF, EPF is approved pension, approved provident fund. So kalau ada EPF, EPF tu memang exempted je, tak masuk dalam ni. But here it's about unapproved pension or provident fund. So the keyword here you can see in the example, contoh kat sini, Ming contributes to an unapproved retirement fund. So whenever you see the word unapproved, maksudnya you kena kira lah dia sebagai employment income. Tapi kalau dia kata contribute to EPF or contribute to approved retirement fund, then tak perlu sebab approved tu kita tak kena tax pun. Alright, so what you have here is Ming, he contributes to an approved retirement fund since 2000 while working in Blue Sendirian Berhad. On 14 Feb 2019, he left the employment and received 69,000, comprising amount contributed by employer 40,000, amount contributed by Ming 15,000, and interest earned 14,000. So the amount accessible under section 31D would be 54,000. So amount contributed by the employees will not be taxed. So yang akan kena tax is amount contributed by employer dengan interest dia. So if you go back here, dekat sini lah. Here restricted to employer's contribution only. So sendiri punya contribution tak kena tax. So that would be 54,000. But you must remember, like I told you, this is for section 13(1)D ni only for unapproved retirement fund. Yang approved tak ada. Alright, and the last one is section 13(1)E. Okay, 13(1)E ni agak famous lah, kita banyak masukkan dalam question. Compensation for loss of employment. Alright, here when people retire ataupun dia kena retrench, biasanya dia akan dapat compensation. So this compensation is actually taxable. So the compensation for loss of employment, it can be salary or wages in lieu of notice. So dapat awal because you withdraw or you resign from the company. And sometimes you get compensation for breach of contract or service, and or it can be ex gratia and also gratuity. Okay, so in the compensation, it will include any amount in respect of covenant entered into by the employer restricting his right after leaving the employment, or any agreement or arrangement having the like effect. So the scope will include ini macam tadi lah, salary, wages, compensation for breach, restrictive, covenant kalau ada. Exemption. Kena buang kerja or terminated from the work due to ill health. Full exemption. Just like retirement, you get pension, tapi early retirement because of ill health, then that pension is exempted. Sama dengan if you get terminated due to the ill health, that would be exempted. An exemption of 10,000 is given for each completed year of service with the same company who ceased employment on or after 1st July 2008. Ni ayat yang belakang ni, tak payah tengok lah. Ni dah lama dah. So now bukan 6,000 lah. Now exemption of 10,000. Okay. So we have Sylvia here, started working as the manager of Clay Sendirian Berhad on 1st July 2008. on 1st September 2019 due to the economic downturn, her employment was terminated and a compensation for loss of employment amounting to 118,000 was paid to her. So here you have to compute gross income under section 13(1)(e). Right, so what you should do with this, dia bila kita tengok, whenever you look at the example, it looks so easy sebab saya buat example ikut satu-satu section je, but when you have the full question, semua kita dump dalam tu because you have to start with 13(1)(a), B, C, sometimes D and also E. Alright, so compute gross income under section 13(1)(a). This is how you should start. Dia kata tadi dia dapat compensation 118,000, but you have to look at the exemption. Now remember exemption tadi 10,000 untuk 1 tahun. Apa pasal numbers dia lari ni? Okay. Look at the date. Dia kerja in July. They started work in July, but in September dia the employment was terminated. So you have to compute how many completed year. Dia bukan ikut tahun belakang tu je. It must be a completed year in order for her to get an exemption. Alright, so dia kerja 11 tahun penuh. Alright, starting from July 2008, which means August lah. August 2009, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 and 19. Okay, so 11 years. Sebab dia was terminated in September. So cukuplah 11 tahun exemption. Darab 10,000 satu tahun, 110,000. Okay, so dia ada completed 11 completed years of service. And the amount that will be taxable is only 8,000. So nampak tak, sekarang ni dia dapat 118,000 tapi dia tak kena tax untuk 118,000 because she worked there for already for 11 years. So untuk setiap tahun completed year dia dapat exemption of 10,000. Okay, so it's not that kita tak adalah nak kata not fair because memanglah dia duit tu duit, kita boleh kata okay ni duit dia kenapa nak kena tax kan. Okay, but that's how the system works. But IRB give you exemption 10,000 per completed year. Katakanlah dia berhenti ataupun dia got terminated in February 2019. Dia tak jadi 11 tahun lah, dia jadi 10 tahun je. Right? You mesti complete satu-satu tahun. Okay.
Meda,
Yep.
untuk tahun kerja tu, dia kalau 3 tahun, 5 tahun, still
tak apa.
ada,
Yep.
boleh jugalah. Dia tak adalah amount 10 years and above.
Tak. Dia tapi mesti complete lah. Mesti complete. Macam tadi dia started work in July kan. So dia kena complete July, at least 1 tahun. July until August 2009 dapat 1 tahun. So kena complete.
Okay, thank you madam.
Alright. So next would be adjusted income. So if you look at the question, the tutorial question that I shared with you, itu ialah adjusted income. So remember apa yang kita buat sebelum ni from 13(1)(a), B, C, D until E, kita kira sampai gross income sahaja. Alright, so if you look at the example yang kita buat before, sekejap saya tengok ada tak dekat sini example kita sebelum ni. Okay, you see? This is our calculation sebelum ni kan. Untuk contoh untuk Hong ni, kita compute the gross income. There is no adjustment. Bila tak ada adjustment A, B, C, D, E ni, you terus dapat gross income. But now, we can also have adjustment. For example, okay. So, the sequence dia is, we started with gross income. If there is any adjustment, you tolak kan, that will be your adjusted income. Okay, kita mula dengan gross income. Ada benda nak kena tolak, that would be adjusted income. Alright, what are the adjustments for employment income? Alright, so the standard mentioned that the X mentioned that all outgoings and expenses wholly and exclusively incurred in the production of employment will be eligible for deduction. For example, nominal rent paid by employee. Dapat rumah tapi sewa employee yang bayarkan. That would be deducted. Entertainment expenses, remember entertainment and travelling ni dia biasanya ada, kalau ada you can look at them together. Contoh entertainment expenses, some akan dapat entertainment allowance. Alright, macam example ni tadi. Example ni, macam Mr. Manyam tadi, kalau you tengok dia ada entertainment allowance kan, but there is no information about the entertainment expenses. So if there is no mention about entertainment expenses, which means there is no adjusted information lah yang that need to be adjusted. Kita ambil je all the entertainment allowance figure tu. But kalau ada entertainment expenses, kita kena buat adjustment. Remember the adjustment kita tak buat kat atas, kita tak buat entertainment allowance minus entertainment expenses dekat masa our gross income calculation, tak. The expenses or the deduction ni kita akan tolak dekat bawah. Kita kira dulu sampai habis, the deduction dekat bawah. Alright, it can be fees to employment agencies, banyaklah fees to professional bodies, purchase of journal, magazine, books, cost of attending conference, legal fee, club membership, personal gain. These are all deductible from gross employment. Okay, yang ni kita dah tengok 60-day rule hari tu. Non-resident, kalau period not exceed 60 days, so exempt from tax. Alright, so now I want you to go to, saya bagi you all 2 soalan kan. Kita tengok Encik Faizul dulu. Boleh Alright, if you haven't looked at the question or you haven't downloaded the question, please do so. The question is on your My Guru portal under the learning material. Saya letak 2 soalan employment income dekat situ. I think 2 questions is enough for you sebab ni soalan yang kita ada pun panjang. And you have to compute the adjusted income. Ada yang dah cuba buat tak soalan ni? Yang cuba ke, cuba-cuba ke? Siapa tadi yang tanya soalan tadi tu mesti dah cuba buat kan? Ini ada reimbursement. Okay, siapa tadi? Oh, I'm sorry, Mazia. Oh, alright. So, welcome to the class. And I hope you, can you switch on your mic? And you can refer to our videos on our Google Classroom. Okay. And Siti Nur Shahira. I'm sure you have attempted the question. Because you asked about reimbursement. Alright, anyone with one number, adjusted income, anyone? Ada tak? Anyone of you who have already tried the question? Tak ada, no one. You just look at the question je. Tengok je. Oh, ada soalan. Okay. Alright. 229,200. 229,200. Sorry. Close, but not right. Okay, never mind. So for this question, I can go through with you one by one, line by line, until we get the adjusted income for Encik Faizul. Alright, so remember you always start your calculation with section 13(1)(a). Alright, so let's look at the question. We have here Encik Faizul, who was appointed as Marketing Director of Top Sendirian Berhad on 1st January 2019. He did not own any shares in the company. In 2019, he received the following remunerations. Alright, salary and allowances, these are all per month figure. Salary 12,000, entertainment allowance 2,000, travelling allowance 1,000. Alright. He also gets a contractual bonus equivalent to 2 months' salary. A fully furnished bungalow for which the company paid a monthly rental of 5,000, which included 500 in respect of furniture and fittings. Alright. A new car costing 160,000. A driver employed by the company was assigned to drive the car. Reimbursement of 600 per month being monthly salary of a servant employed by Encik Faizul. Free medical and dental benefit for Encik Faizul and his immediate family amounting to 2,800. Encik Faizul incurred the following expenses. Alright, you see we haven't done any question with the adjustments. So this is the first question that we have adjustment. So the following expenses are 30,000 for entertaining the company's suppliers and customers. 6,000 on petrol and toll charges for travelling between his house and office. I remember this question last week. Someone asked me about the travelling expenses from house to office. So this is how you answer the question. And 16,960 on travelling to meet company's client, right? So you have to compute Encik Fazul adjusted income for year assessment 2019. All right, so let's go through section by section. You always start with section 13. Any question for the question or not? You understand the question, right? Okay, very straightforward question, but not that straightforward answer. Okay, so we will start with section 13.1a. You all can see my screen, right? Okay, so this is what we have here. You start with section 31A. So the salary, 12,000 per month, that would be 144,000 per year. Entertainment allowance, 2,000 per month, that would be 24,000 per year. Traveling allowance, 1,000 per month, that would be 12,000 per year. Bonus, 2 months salary, 1 month salary is 12,000, so 12 times 2, 24,000. And, all right, this is the question just now. 7, reimbursed, yes. The reimbursement you get in terms of, or in the monetary benefits, in terms of cash. So the reimbursement would be in section 13.1a. Even though the reimbursement is for the maid, you will get the reimbursement computed under section 13.1a. So that will give you 211,200. Any question for section 13.1a? And please remember, even though you have entertainment expenses and also traveling expenses, you do not deduct here. Okay? You put every allowance in section 13.1a, whatever he gets. Okay? Forget about the adjustment. Adjustment would be computed at the bottom and not at the top. Alright? So this is the figure for your section 13.1a. Any question? Any clarification? Any information that I missed? All the cash benefit already included. So your section 31A would be 211,200. So please, I do not want you to just copy the answer. I want you to do it with me so that you get the concept, and later on when you have to do another question, that you don't have any more problems or issues attempting the question. Right, if you have no question for section 13.1a, keep that figure 211,200, and let's move on to section 13.1b. All right, car benefit, where did I get 7,000 and 1,800?
Dalam table medium.
Yes, so go back to your benefit in kind table. The car costing 160,000. The annual benefit would be 7,000 and the fuel would be 1,800. All right, I don't think I have to show you the table. You have the notes, you can refer to the table. All right, the benefit in kind table. So I tambah dekat sini lah. This is from our benefit in kind table. Right? For a car costing 160,000. It is a new car, so you don't have to do any adjustment for the car value because this is a new car. And a driver employed by the company was assigned to drive the car. All right, driver. Driver is the annual benefit, annual salary of the driver. Because here it is not mentioned about the driver's salary, so you don't have to worry. You have a driver given to Encik Faizul, so automatically you know this is also from our benefit in kind table. A driver salary for a year is 7,200. All right. It is also mentioned in information number 2, a fully furnished bungalow. That is your keyword. Furniture, fully furnished, that would be 3360. All right. This is also from the table. Okay. And you also have the value of the furniture that will be used in section 31C later on. So here, don't bother about the value of the furniture, 500. We know it is a fully furnished bungalow and the value would be 3360. Free medical and dental benefit for Encik Fazul and his immediate family amounting to 2,800. Remember, medical and dental exempted, regardless of the amount. All right. So medical and dental exempt. So in your calculation, please also include whatever exempted, whatever exemption that the employee get from the employer, but you have to put the word exempt here or just dash, okay? Because this is counted in the marks, So don't think that, oh, medical and dental is exempted, so I don't have to put it here. No, you have to put everything here, all right? Because the item is counted for the mark. So he has medical and dental, but it is exempted. All right, so the total for section 31B would be 19,360. Any question?
Madam, untuk fuel tu kan, kalau dia tak mention, kita consider dia ada fuel lah.
Generally, when you get a car, you will get a fuel. So terus tambah je lah. All right, any other questions? So it looks easy, right? As long as you know where to get the information. All right, so, yeah.
For the car benefit, kalau kereta tu dah up to 5 years, we just bahagi 2 je lah.
Yes. But the fuel amount would be the same. Okay, so this would be your section 131B, 19360, and then we have to move on to section 131C, all right? So remember the defined value, because this is a fully furnished bungalow, but you are given a value of the furniture, which is 500, all right? So the value of the rental is 5,000. You have to minus 500, that will give you 4,500 times 12 for 1 year. So that will give us 54,000. Okay, and for section 31A, 30% of 31A, 30% from this one, that will give you 63,360, and we will get a lower figure, which is 54,000. 54, you bring 54,000 here, that will give you a gross income. Remember last week we stopped at gross income, right? So by now, I hope everyone already get the idea of calculating the gross income. This is your very first step, gross income, without any adjustment. So that will give us 284,560. Any questions so far? All right, okay, all good, good to go. All right. Okay, now, remember you have to compute adjusted income, right? So when you have to compute adjusted income, whenever you see expenses, expenses incurred, then you know, okay, you have to compute adjusted income. All right. If you look at the expenses, number one, Encik Fazul has entertainment expenses amounted to 30,000. How much is the entertainment allowance that he get? 24.
24.
Can you see the difference? He gets 24,000 allowance, but he spent 30,000. All right. What you can do here is, kita boleh tolak, you can deduct the entertainment expenses, but restricted to whatever he gets. He gets 24, the entertainment expenses restricted to 24. If let's say entertainment allowance is 24,000, but he spent 20,000. So you have to deduct here 20,000, whatever amount that he spent, as long as it is less than the allowance that he gets. Dapat? Boleh? Okay. Any questions for entertainment expenses? This is how you should tackle entertainment allowance and entertainment expenses. Do not deduct dekat atas. You have to do it here. Okay. All right. So I hope everybody understands why I deduct 24,000 here instead of 30,000. All right. Even though even though he spent 30,000, the allowance that he gets is only 24. So the entertainment expenses is restricted to 24,000 only. Next one, he has traveling expenses. All right. Traveling expenses only for business use. All right. So remember, whatever you get from the employer is, or the traveling expenses from house to office is considered as personal expenses. Personal expenses cannot be included in the employment income calculation, and that is the personal expenses. But for traveling expenses here, he has 16,960 on traveling to meet companies, clients. That is for business use. So for business use, still we can deduct, right? we cannot deduct personal use expenses, personal expenses here. Okay. So that will give us adjusted income of 243,600. Any questions? Tak ada okay. Alright, if you have no question, I want you to move on to the second question, which is Idris. I forgot to check. The second one that I share is Idris kan? Right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. So this is the question. I want you to try this now because this is Mr. Idris here has section 13.1e. So this question ada 13.1e. I don't know what you can see from on my screen. Is it Encik Faizal or Encik Idris now?
Encik Idris.
Okay, alright. So this is already uploaded in your My Guru, so you can try to do it now, and we go through the answers, and then we can move on to the next topic. Okay, enough of employment income. So this is a comprehensive question from section 31A until E, and you have to compute adjusted income. So normally in your exam later on, employment income biasanya soalan ni independent. One question for employment income. We do not combine with other topics. All right, how are we doing? Good, not good? Siti and Anis look so focused. I hope you get the answer soon. The rest, how are we doing? If you cannot switch on your mic, you can just type in our chat box. Alright. Sampai section mana dah? Where are you guys now? Any gross income? I want the gross income figure.
Megan.
Yeah.
Confused dekat dekat hotel tu dengan dekat 131E. Tapi saya punya gross income 91,756.
Okay.
Adjusted income 90,940.
Okay, what about the rest? Alright, so for this question, if you look at the question, what we have here is Mr. Idris here, he has two employments, Saga Sendirian Berhad and also Syarikat Warna. Alright, so what we have done so far, one employee, one employer. So we have one template for the calculation, but here he has two employers. So he started his employment. I will go through the question with you. Later we look at the solutions. Idris started his employment with Saga Sdn Bhd on 1st August 2016 with a salary of 4,000. He always has a different opinion with the owner, and his employment was terminated on 31st May 2019. After several appeals and discussion with the personnel manager, Idris was paid a compensation for loss of employment. So you see, this is under 31A, and he has a compensation for loss of employment and a gratuity. So this would be under section 31E in December 2019. So on 1st July 2019, Idris joined Syarikat Warna, a company which specializes in selling automobile, as manager, drawing a monthly salary of 2,000. Idris was provided accommodation in Hotel Kashurina for a month, where the hotel bill was paid by Syarikat Warna, which is 80 ringgit per day. So with effect from 1st August 2019, he was provided with a fully furnished living accommodation. The company has paid rental income of 2,350, which includes 350 as the rental of furniture. See, I can see a lot of figures here, 93 something lah, 61 something lah. Okay. Idris was required to pay a nominal rent of 100 a month to the employer. Other income from the employment was received as follows: entertainment allowance of 200 monthly from 1st July, gardener 800 per month by the employer from 1st October, company car, Honda Accord more than 5 years old, which cost 60,000. 1/3 was related to office use. Idris needs to pay a subscription of 316 per annum to MICPA for his membership. Okay. Compute Idris adjusted income for year assessment 2019. Okay. Right, let's look at the solution. This is the question dia. Tak share pula. Sekejap Right, can you see the solution? Alright, so this is how you compute. First of all, we will have to start with Saga Sendirian Berhad. Okay, remember he has two employment. Alright, so from Saga Sendirian Berhad from 1st January until 31st May 2019. Because remember, you have to compute for your assessment 2019. So salary dia tadi 4,000 per month. This is 5 months, so 20,000. Gratuity, he gets 12,000 gratuity minus 2 completed years. Okay, even though you, because he worked here from, look at the question, 2016. Okay, was terminated on May 2019. Right, so 2 completed years only, gratuity, 12,000 minus 2 times 10, 10,000. Okay, and section 31E, he gets compensation for loss of employment. Back to the question, 32,000. Okay, and alright, compensation for loss of employment under paragraph 15 schedule 6, and the exemption is 10,000 times 2 completed year, 20,000. So that will give him 12,000, and we have to total Saga Sendirian Berhad first, 20 plus 10 plus 12. That will give us 42,000. Only from Saga, because from Saga there is no section 31B or C, just the salary and compensation for loss of employment. Any question tak from Saga Sendirian Berhad ni? Before I move on to another company. Boleh?
Madam, untuk gratuity tu kan,
Hmm.
2 years times 1,000.
1,000. Yes. Gratuity exemption is 1,000. Compensation for loss of employment exemption is 10,000. Check your notes. Gratuity 1,000. Awal-awal saya dah ada explain. Under 31A, gratuity is under 31A. Check your 31A notes. We mentioned about the exemption of 1,000 per completed year. Alright, so that is salary, gratuity and compensation for loss of employment for Saga Sdn Bhd. And then for syarikat warna yang dia ada macam-macam syarikat warna, okay, again the salary 2,000 times 6 because dia kerja. I put the date here and in your answer you can also put the date to make you to make your computation easier for you to follow, because here different company, different date So here he started in July 2019 and our computation would be until from 1st July until 31st December. Okay. All right, the salary 2,000 per month times 6. This is 6 months, 12,000. Entertainment allowance 200 times 6 months, 1,200. That is all for section 13(1)A. All right, dia dapat salary and also entertainment allowance. Right, so section 31A, and then we go to section 31B. He gets a car, more than 5 years. So Honda Accord, the cost here is 60,000. So you go to the benefit income table, all right, and the car is more than 5 years old. So half kan, 2004 divided by 2 plus 900. Do not forget the fuel. And he only used the car for 4 over 12 months, 4 months only, because he gets a car in September. All right, he joined the company in July, but he gets a car in September. Nampak tak? The date is very important. You have to look at the date because you see the entertainment allowance he gets from July. He gets a gardener from October. He gets a car with effect from September. So the months is different. All right, so be careful with the date. So here, car for 4 months, gardener for 3 months. Okay, and furniture, do not forget the furniture. We have the furniture here. Fully furnished. Okay, fully furnished, and then 350 as the rental of the furniture. Right, 280 times 5 for 5 months. So the furniture is 3,360 for fully furnished, but you have to take the monthly amount. Sama juga dengan gardener lah, 7,200 per year. So you have to take the 4,800 per year. So you have to take the monthly figure. Alright, so furniture, and then this is your section 31B. Section 31C, we have the defined value. The rental of the house is 2,000 per month. Alright, 12,000. Alright, 30% from section 13(1)A. 13(1)A, 13,200. Alright. For syarikat warna ni, the 30% of section 13(1)A ni, you cannot take together with Saga Sdn Bhd. Only 13(1)A with the second company je. Because the benefit is actually from the second company. So the 30% ni mesti datang from this figure je. Alright, you don't have to add the first figure ni. Okay. So amount is 3,960. Value of living accommodation 3,960 times 5 over 6. And hotel, alright, tadi hotel 3%, 3% times section 13(1)A. And dia duduk hotel hanya untuk 1 bulan. Alright, so you might get confused with this section 13(1)C, because untuk 13(1)C ni kita ada 6 months figure je. But you see for apa ni, 30% ni, 30% is for 1 year 3,960. So kita ambil the lower 3,960, tapi we have to multiply by 5 over 6. Sebab dia duduk dekat rumah tu 5 bulan je. I will share the solution with you in my guru later. Okay. And this would be the gross income. Okay, Nur Azrin tadi, you get the correct gross income 61566. And dia ada membership fees, professional subscription. It is exempted, so boleh tolak. And also nominal rental. You see, dia bayar sendiri kan? He has to pay, mana tadi? Nominal rent of 100 a month to the employer. So he pays the rent of the house of 100 ringgit for 5 months. So less nominal rental 500. This would be your adjusted income. Okay. Because the rental kita tak, you don't have to minus here for section A, B, C, D, E ni. You just compute macam biasa. Alright, you just compute like what we've done so far. But whatever adjustment that you have, we have to do it after the gross income calculation. You all been so quiet. Any question tak? Can you follow me?
Laju sikit.
Laju sikit. Which part you want me to repeat? I think for Saga, okay Okay tak?
Saga okay.
And you have 2 employers or 3 employers or 4 employers, do not combine. I know you want to go by section, but that section must go according to employer. Alright, so Saga first, you start with A, B, C, D, whatever that he has, and then go to the next company, Warner. And whatever benefit, he gets from section OIT, masuk sini.
Possible tak setiap satu bos tu bagi rumah?
Yes.
So, so kira, so nanti macam tu lah kalau macam setiap satu bos tu bagi rumah kan. So nanti yang section 1, section 13.1 situ dia falls dekat company tu punya dululah.
Yes.
Satu.
Yep. So it will go like this, nampak tak? When we calculate the section 13.1A for here, we calculate the house ni, we take this one, nampak? Warner punya. Because this is actually provided by Warner, not by Saga. So whenever like Siti asks, whenever you have employer who give you everything, you have to do it according to the employer. Last kali baru you add up. Like this one, see, this is for Saga, we have 42,000. Nampak tak? End of the day, nampak? For the gross income, then we compute, we total up everything. 42, 13,200, 3,000, 3,366. So you get 61,566. If you have 3 employers, then you have to do it like this. If all the employers give you a lot of things, then it will be long for your gross income. All right, any other question? I'll share the solution later and expect this kind of questions for your exam. No straightforward question, I think. That's why I like this topic and also this subject, because I can give you any scenario under the sun. You can get everything. Alright, for the accommodation, so do not get confused. Look at the date. The defined value, 6 months. And the 30% of section 31A, whichever is lower, the lower figure, kita akan multiply by kita akan proportionatekan ikut the time lah, how long they stay dekat situ. And also the hotel. Hotel 3%, this one 30%. So hotel, we just take the figure, we do not compare, macam atas ni. The normal house, we compare the lower figure, but hotel, no, we do not compare. You just compute for hotel, just take the figure. And this is membership is exempted, and also nominal rental, you get adjustment. And for employment income, normally we stop at adjusted income lah, because we have the gross income and also the adjusted income. All right. Any other question?
Madam, ada lagi tak soalan macam Encik Idris ni tapi Encik lain?
No more. I've shared with you Encik Faizul lah, Encik Idris lah, Encik Maniam lah, habis lah Encik.
Kalau Madam ada soalan lagi
Later,
boleh.
when we do I think the next topic nanti when kita buat personal relief, that time I think I have more when we do charge computation of individual taxation, when we have all the relief too, then you are going to have more questions lah. Because for employment income, normally, like I said, for employment income, the question would be like, we do not combine one question for employment income. But for the rest, we have the non-business income, the investment income semua tu, then we can put another question for that, because we have done employment income. The next one would be other income lah, or investment income. I've looked at your syllabus, because in taxation, what we have is actually non-business income, whereby we have investment, dividend, interest, rental, royalty. So we will do that next week. But for now, I have one slide to share with you. I stop this one. Tak ada soalan, I share with you the solution later. Alright. Alamak. Sekejap my PowerPoint ni hang pula. Alright. So I have here, this is actually for our topic 3. This is just the format for you. Since we have done adjusted income today, I just want to show you the format of our chargeable income. But this slide is actually for individuals and also companies. I have uploaded the notes in our My Guru portal. You can check later. But for this topic, I just want to show you the format which we can use later. So when we continue with investment income next week, I don't have to go through to this topic anymore because we still have time. So I will proceed with this one. Sikit je, we have only like 15 slides, I think, for this one. Okay. Alright, so this is the chargeable income. This is our final objective of doing taxation. You want to compute the chargeable income. Because just now for employment income, we have done gross income. Next, we have adjusted income. You haven't finished yet. Adjusted income is not the end of the calculation. We have to compute up to chargeable income. Because when we have the chargeable income, then we know how much tax that the client has to pay. So this is the structure of computing chargeable income. So as we all know, the taxation in Malaysia is based on a person's chargeable income, not your gross income. Gross income unfair lah. Gross income tak ada tolak adjustment apa-apa kan. So you will be taxed on your chargeable income, which means already deducted all the expenses, already deducted all the personal relief and also rebate. So dapatlah chargeable income. And the computation of the chargeable income depends on the type of income received by individual. So for example, you are an employee of certain companies. So like we calculated for Encik Idris just now. Alright, so in that particular year, he has 2 types of income from 2 employers. So he has employment income. Let's say he also has rental income. Dia ada rumah sewa contohnya. So we have one section for employment income. We have another section for rental income later on. Alright. So what we have to do is the first step is to ascertain the source of income received in the basis period of the particular year of assessment. For now, up to week 2, week 3 ni, we only calculated employment income. So we have no idea what are the types of income that a person can have. So we just focus on employment income. It can be many sources of income. For example, we go through section 4B, the 4 small b tu. We have employment income, we have non-business income, we have business income. So that would be all the 6 types of income too. So we have to ascertain the source of income first and then compute the gross income. So for employment income, when we compute section 13(1)(a), B, C, D, E, we have one figure, gross income. So for today's exercises, we have the adjustment. We minus the travelling expenses, the entertainment expenses, subscription, professional subscriptions, and also nominal rent kan. Tadi Encik Idris, he has to pay rental of RM100. So that is also deductible. So from gross income, we minus the expenses incurred, and the expenses must be wholly and exclusively related to that employment. We cannot deduct the personal expenses. Okay, that will give us adjusted income. Okay, adjusted income can sometimes be statutory income, where there is no adjustment, and sometimes kita skip je terus from adjusted income. That would be the in some cases we have statutory income which is equivalent to aggregate income. So aggregate here means you have different income from different section. Let's say you have one employment income, you have one rental income. So employment plus rental, that would be aggregate income. And let's say you have business income. So you have employment, rental, business income. Are the 3 types of income. We total up all the 3 types of income. That will give you an aggregate income, right? From different sources, when we add everything together, the different source of income, that will give us aggregate income. And sometimes the aggregate income can be, from the aggregate income, we minus all the personal relief. And that will give us a chargeable income. Relief will be done later. I think in week 6 nanti we look at relief. So this is just the formatting. And so again, so the gross income can be from business, employment, dividend, interest, rent, royalty, pension, and etc. So the adjusted income means whatever the gross income that we get, for example, Encik Idris just now, we reduce by the expenses wholly and exclusively incurred to produce the gross income, which means if it is employment income, the adjusted income or the expenses must be wholly and exclusively related to that employment. Alright, so statutory income is the adjusted income minus capital allowance. This is for business. So for individual, there is no capital allowances. So the aggregate income normally, the statutory income is normally the adjusted income. So the aggregate income, if it is a business, then reduced by the amount of business loss carry forward and other total income. So it's a bit different, the format for individual and also for business. Right, so this is for business. So for business, we start with net profit before tax. So later when we do business taxation, this is the format. And I hope you can always go back to this format whenever you compute the gross, adjusted, and also chargeable income. Alright, so this is the example of the calculation whereby you have profit before tax, expenses. This is the financial statement. Alright, company produce financial statement with this format, but for taxation we have different format. Nampak tak? This is the business format and the financial statement. If you learn accounting, you know this is how business present their profit. Alright, you start with gross profit before tax minus expenses, and you get the net profit. We start with the revenue normally. So for taxation, we have different format. So this is the format for our taxation calculation. We have to do the adjustment. Alright, nampak tak? Will be adjusted. Because the expenses deducted in taxation is not the same with the expenses in the calculation of financial statement or the accounting format. Itu tak sama. So later when you have client have both business and business income, so you have a financial statement for the business, but you have to work out from that financial statement to make it into tax computation. It's a bit tricky job to do because you will have to do different number of profit nanti. Alright, so this is capital allowance. I will skip this part. We will do it when we do business taxation later. Alright, so if you have more than one business, see the statutory income, business 1, business 2. If you have partnership business, we'll deal with it later juga. That will give you net aggregate statutory business income. Okay, so The format is different from business and individual, but this is just the introduction to you in order for us to arrive at chargeable income. So these are actually the format for business. All right. See, this is a group relief. I will skip this part. Okay, banyak, but the format will definitely help you later. All right. So whenever you start with business one, I said you have two businesses and business one. Right, minus mana total income, so you get total income, and then this is the format, not allowable expenses until you get the total income. So this format will help you later when we do business taxation. All right, and there's also a treatment for business loss brought forward, which means if your business is giving you losses, you don't have to pay tax. Okay, so we bring forward we carry forward the previous business loss. And these are all deductions. Donation, give of money, donation to government. That is why you see now during this pandemic ni banyak sangat company contribute and donate a lot to the government. Prihatin situ, prihatin sini, and then they donate face mask, they donate sanitizer, they donate food. All these are actually deduction, can be deducted from the profit that will eventually reduce the income tax. So this is actually motivated by the income tax payment lah, because if you donate more, especially to approved donation, unapproved tak boleh lah. If you donate to the government, state government, so that will give you deductions. Give or artifacts to the government, gift of money to library facilities, and some company they donate to library, to public school, to higher institution, to university, so they can get exemption or certain deductions from the income tax. Okay, medical equipment boleh juga benefit in kind for public facilities for disabled person. Alright, for individual, alright, personal relief only provided for individual tax resident. Right, go back to our second week topic, which is resident. So the personal tax relief only given to resident. And the relief is always amended according to budget. That is why I said the date is very important. For example, you are doing calculation for year assessment 2019. So you will go to relief table for 2019. Let's say you're doing calculation for 2020. So you have to look at the relief for year 2020. It's not the same, especially for year 2020. There are a lot of incentive for year 2020. For example, there is domestic holiday exemption up to 1,000 kan. That is new for 2020. And then prior to 2019, the life insurance premium and also EPF is actually combined. But starting 2019, they separate from life insurance one figure, EPF one figure. So that is the adjustment that you need to do according to year. So again, if you get questions from library, if you download from anywhere, please look at the date. All right, so do not compare with what we have this year. This year we are using year assessment 2020 or 2019. If let's say you have exercises or questions from year 2016, so the final figure might not be the same. So do not get confused. So the tax rebate ni memang bergantung kepada budget. The numbers sometimes keep changing. Okay, tax rebate, common tax rebate provided into three main areas, self, spouse, and also zakat. So I will leave the zakat part later. Tax rate, okay, this is the link. You can always go to hasil.gov.my. The website will help you a lot with all the public rulings and also the explanations and also the computation. So this would be your new best friend, the website of Lembaga Hasil. Oh, ya, bila. Right, any questions for today?
Madam,
Yep.
dekat mana lagi boleh dapatkan soalan-soalan teks ni, Madam?
I think you can just Google and go to maybe even dalam website hasil ni pun ada examples. You can look at the examples juga. Boleh Google lah kot. From other universities maybe. And also ACCA. Oh, lupa pula, I forgot about ACCA. You can go to ACCA website because taxation is one of the ACCA papers. So for taxation ni, you can go to ACCA Malaysia. Jangan ambil ACCA lain pula. ACCA Malaysia ada taxation paper. Then you can try and download past year's question and also solution dia. But it will be quite complicated if you go for ACCA. But at least you get some idea because when you have the question and also the solution, I think that will help you calculating your chargeable income. This is only the first part and this is only employment income. We haven't looked at non-business income lagi. I expect more to come. So those of you yang dah belajar, that would be an advantage for you. You can always go back to your notes and the questions. And I don't know whether the question that I gave you sama dengan soalan what you learned before. I have no idea what you learned last semester. But this is what I have, and yeah, from time to time I will find you questions that you can try to do. I will share with you lah kalau ada soalan-soalan lain lagi that you can try to do. Because end of the day, the objective is actually to provide a tax planning advice to the client. So in order for you to do that, you should understand in full or in total the different types of income for individual especially. Alright, so if you have no question, I plan to... Saya agak busy lah minggu ni. I nak bagi you all quiz sebenarnya, but maybe next week. This is week 3 and I understand luckily our group semua tak ada problem. Everybody was here since last week. So I think kalau I will let you know lah if I will give you quiz. But quiz would be on maybe on resident status, multiple choice je. Tapi soalan belum buat lagi, so don't worry. I will let you know. Bila soalan dah buat, soalan belum buat. Adalah kepala je. Alright, any other questions? I'll share the solution later. Yep.
Solution tu hari ni Madam upload kan?
Kejap lagi saya upload dekat my guru je. So as I told you last night, so everybody please join our WhatsApp group. And I will give you the latest information in our WhatsApp group. And as I mentioned last night, starting from today, all the recorded video will be uploaded and the link will be shared in our My Guru je. So I will minimize the usage of our Google Classroom so that you have only one place for you to search for whatever courses that you have. So, and I myself don't have to maintain a lot of portals as well. Okay, because you sign in to this class using your My Guru kan, you get all the learning material from My Guru and I will share the link of the video in My Guru juga. And that will be in the YouTube channel. And in my YouTube channel, you can also find a few taxation video I shared with the students previous semesters. I have the video on personal relief, and also I think tutorial kot on non-business income lah kalau you nak tengok, but I will share today's video juga later. Alright, so if you have no questions, tak ada thank you very much. I'll see you next week. For next week, we are going to do investment income. I'll share with you the notes later. Before end of this week lah, I'll share you the notes. Alright. Okay, so hutang saya apa the solution untuk Idris kan?
Yeah.
Untuk Faizul, okay, you don't need the solution for Faizul.
Okay.
Faizul tadi, okay, senang je kan? Idris lah kot complicated sikit. Alright, so if you have no question, thank you very much. I'll see you next week.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Doktor.
Madam.
Alright, thank you.
Madam.
Nanti kalau Madam ada soalan macam